friends, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a little bit of time since I've made a video, and maybe you can tell in my voice that I am a little bit sick. I have been taking care of my kids and my husband, and then now, of course, I am the last one to get sick. I am feeling a little bit better. I have been a little unmotivated and uninspired the last couple weeks because of just being the caretaker and then of course myself getting sick. But I got a package today, my paper test design B6 yearly notebook for 2024 came in the mail today, and that lifted up my spirit so much that I jumped up and wanted to film a video for you guys. So let's get right into it. I am going to be using the B6 paper test design for my 2024 planner and daily journal. Before we get into the actual planner, I want to talk about what I'm currently using, and it is the Hobonichi A6, the Techo Original. So the Techo Original just has the months and daily pages in Japanese, and I have the spring start. I just made a video on this and how much I loved it, and I do still love it. There's just something that I've always wished for throughout the year of using it, and that's that I had a little bit more space to add deco. So I did a flip through in my Hobonichi video, but a lot of the space is just enough for me to write, and I really do love that. But when I want to add deco and I want to use my sticker stash and PET tape, it really cuts a lot of the writing space down. And sometimes I am limited to kind of putting deco on the quotes and on the margin here just so I could add something in. But I always wanted a little bit more space. Throughout my almost 9 months of using this now, I always wished that Hobonichi would come out with a B6. If they made a B6, then I think it would be the perfect size for me. Before solidifying if I was going to continue this for 2024, I was able to get a Hobonichi AVEC cousin. And this is how I kind of toyed around with the idea of maybe upgrading to an A5 because I wanted more space. And I quickly found out it was way too much space. And while I was able to add bigger stickos and deco, I then found myself forcing myself to write more or to decorate more. And then that was not a compromise I wanted to make just to have more writing space. So I had a dilemma now. The A6 was just a tiny bit too small, and the A5 was way too big. If I was going to compromise, I would continue the A6, which is really what I thought I was going to do until one of my stationery besties, Deanna, told me she had ordered the B6 at Paper Test Design's release, and I hadn't heard of it. I hadn't looked through any of the flip throughs, and when I did, oh my goodness, I knew I had to change my entire system to fit this in. Now I know we want to get into it, but I have one more thing to talk about, and that is my B6 Take a Note planner. So I purchased this at release when Take a Note released it in September with the intention of it being my planner, my home management system, and I really liked the horizontal week over 2 pages and the blank space at the bottom. I don't have much going on in terms of things being on a deadline or on a schedule other than appointments for my family, and that's not something that happens weekly or even monthly. I wanted this to be my home management planner in terms of things that I needed to keep track of for my kids. This year, my family is moving. We have no idea where the military is going to take us. And so that comes with a lot of planning the 1 year before our moving date, which is currently in the works right now until October 2024. So we really have to just be ready and on our toes for whatever the military decides for us. And that's why I decided to add a planner to my lineup. For 2023, everything has been journals, but I knew I needed to add a planner somehow. But I don't need a huge planner. So when I first got this, I loved it. I just don't know why I completely passed the fact that there were so many note pages in the back. I knew there were, I just didn't realize there was this many. It's an odd number. I believe there's 70 note pages. If there were more, enough to fill a year, I could do my daily journaling in here. But at the time, I was really set on my A6. And so when this came, I just knew in my heart that it wasn't going to work. I don't like to have so many empty pages without a purpose for them yet. And with them being so few, I didn't feel like I could start any specific project. So when I saw the B6, I realized that was a better suited planner for me because the actual planning section could be very minimal and the rest it can be for daily journaling. So finally, let's go ahead and get into the flip through. Okay, so I selected the sage color. It is in a beautiful green shade. It really does remind me of sage, which is a green-gray color. It is showing a lot more greener in tone on camera than it is in person. It has beautiful gold foiling and foiling on the spine as well. And then paper test design on the back. The paper is 52 GSM Tomoe River paper in white. And I really love that because it just carries over what I love about the Hobonichi into this planner. So it was kind of a no-brainer. Right off the bat, we have a blank 2-page spread. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this yet. And I always get so annoyed by this first page. It's in every notebook. I know there's no avoiding it. But this first page is always really annoying. And what I learned from someone else was to just stick this page together so it's not some awkward flap. And I don't really care to write or decorate this intro page. So I might just close that and maybe start off here with a picture of my family, a quote of some sort, something to keep me motivated. Then we have the yearly overview. I don't have any plans yet, but I am inspired by another creator. I don't want to butcher her name from not memorizing it, so I will add it here on the screen. But she uses it to track some social media, some AdSense from YouTube. I do like to track what my YouTube and Instagram following is throughout the months, and so that might be a good place to do here. For the quarter page, I currently am doing a mood a day in my Hobonichi, and this is something I do want to carry over. So I've been very consistent the past 2 months. This is something I started in June though, and I did well in June, and then the rest of the summer was hard for me to keep up with, partially because I don't remember to flip back to this section. And so once I started page flagging it, I could remember, and it served as a visual cue to write my mood word of the day. This is actually a huge factor in why I like the paper test design layout, and I will get to that more in depth when we get to the monthly section. So I'm going to continue the mood word of the day here, and I have been a lot better with my mood word now that I found a really good list of mood words. I will link it in the description box, but there is 400 plus words categorized by positive, negative, and neutral mood. Then we have another blank 2-page spread. Maybe this could be for goals, intentions of the year, but I have no plans yet. This is the December calendar. And then another 2-page spread. For this, I do have a plan. I actually would like to lay out my 2024 lineup here, what my intention is for each item, and then I want to leave this side blank to maybe do a quarterly review, a half-year review, or maybe I might completely forget about it, to be honest, and then kind of do like a comparison at the end of the year, what stuck and what I kind of abandoned. Then we have the January monthly. I have no clue what I'm going to do here yet. I do see from a lot of others who use the B6 by paper Tess, they will include some goals here, some intentions, maybe some trackers on the margin. And then we have another 2-page blank spread. This could be for maybe goals to do for the month. Now here's what I love. You've probably noticed by now, it's not all the months sandwiched together here, back to back. It is the month, a 2-page spread, and then for January, because it starts in January, it actually goes straight into the first week of January. This reminds me of the creative bullet journaling, not the original bullet journaling by writer. I forget if that's his first name or last name, but I think you know who I'm talking about if you know about bullet journaling. But the creative bullet journaling follows a consecutive planner year like this, where you do the monthly, then you have each week, you have your tracker pages, etc., and then you have the next month. So I really like this layout because I was doing creative bullet journaling for close to 5 years before I did a complete overhaul in 2023 using Hobonichi, Traveler's System, and so on. So this is kind of bringing me back to the layout that I know and love, but in a different format. And so I'm really excited to use this. It kind of bridges my two loves together for the creative bullet journaling layout and flow with my newfound love now for Tomoe River paper, fountain pens, and using something that's dated and not having to draw out every single layout and stuff like that. So you have a horizontal weekly column. This page could be maybe for to-dos, priorities, anything you want. And then this page is supposed to be the start of your daily. So you get 7 blank pages. So this could be for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For me, I plan, currently I plan on using this whole spread to plan. This could be for appointments or specific events like birthdays. Down here is my running to-do list for the week. So not necessarily has to be done on a certain day, but maybe get done that week. And then on this page, maybe it's a grocery run week or something for my zone cleaning that I have to do for the house. That means I will have one less day for the dailies, and my thought process is I might not do a whole day per page. I think I might split down each page down the middle and start writing as a column. Wherever I feel like I am ready to finish for that day, then I would just start the next day wherever that is. So let's say I start Monday, I have some deco all around the spread, I do my daily entry, and maybe I end right here for Monday. Then I would just start Tuesday right there, and it would just be this running column. And I think that way I'll be able to fill all the pages and still get my 7 days. If I end early, I end early, and I can add more deco, maybe do a currently inked, maybe do a review for that week. If I run out of space, then I run out of space. But I think this could be a nice method to still have a full page that is strictly business and functional, and then still integrate my daily pages that way. And then it just continues on, and we have the second week, and I really do just love this layout. I am a consecutive planner. I don't like flipping back and forth. It's why the cousin could not work for me. There was a point where my kids started going to school and daycare, and I wanted to log what our days were looking like hourly. And I kid you not, I was logging hourly in the cousin, completely forgetting that there was an hourly section in this planner right here. So I completely forgot, I think for 2 weeks, and then I remembered and I transferred everything over just so I could see how it looked. And it was really hard to write in these really small columns. So I am just not the type of person to be looking at the monthly section, writing down appointments, flipping to the hourly, writing everything down, and then flipping to the daily. That's just not how I like to plan. It's, I think, a habit that I can't break from creative bullet journaling, where everything was consecutive. Pretty much once you're in a certain week, you're really not flipping back to the beginning of the planner at all. At least that's how it was for me. Even in my creative bullet journaling, I rarely went back to those goal pages in the beginning. They were always left blank. I'm pulling out my 2022 bullet journal just for fun to show. So I have my year at a glance, I have important dates here, and then a bunch of blank spreads. Am I even surprised? So I tried to do like a TV tracker, movies tracker, and a lot of these I really just fell off mid-year kind of. And so here I intended to do a year in photos. And so I really do miss this kind of consecutive planning where you just keep going and there isn't really a lot of flipping back and forth other than these beginning trackers. So I used to have so much in the beginning, like quarterly goals, yearly goals, intentions, in my previous bullet journals. But in 2022, I realized that my pattern was I just kept forgetting to flip back to them. And so when I saw this layout from Paper Tess Designs, I immediately knew this was for me. It reminded me of bullet journaling, but it gave me the dated layout that I wanted. It gave me enough flexibility to daily journal, my stream of consciousness journaling as much as I wanted. There's space to decorate. It's not intimidating as an A5, but I know that I need more space in an A6, so this was a really good compromise. And honestly, I don't have any negative things, not even negative. I don't have any critiques. I don't have anything that I would change right now. And I am really, really excited to get into this planner. I don't know that I've been excited this way since the first time I started Traveler's Company. So it's really nice to start something brand new for 2024 where everything else is kind of staying the same. So that is my intention and plan for this planner, and I'm really excited to get into it. I thought that I would do a pen test and kind of just get the kind of first blank page anxiety out of the way. I am really excited to dive right in. Normally, I would be nervous and be planning to make it perfect and neat, but that's just how excited I am to get into this planner that I just want to do something in it right away and get to use it. So I think I'm going to do a pen test. There's actually something that I want to write to in the back. I am going to flip all the way to the back here. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this very, very back page, but if there's any bleed through, then I wouldn't be able to use this. So we're going to start here. I'm actually going to do not a traditional pen test of each pen. I'm just going to write what I want for the planner info. So I keep finding that I have to go back to Paper Tess Designs website to get all the specifications for this planner. So I thought, you know what, why don't I just write it in the back? And so if I ever need to reference something, or maybe someone's asking me about it, I have all the info in my actual planner, and I don't have to go back to the website for the 50th time. And we're just going to use black just to see how much it will show through. I know it's 52 GSM just like the Hobonichi, so I'm already confident it's going to show a lot through. What I expected, but there's no bleed through. A lot of ghosting, but honestly the same as Tomoe River paper. So here's just random stuff that I use with the same pen, and I would say it's comparable. I think the grid is making it look like it's not as bad, but the blank page here. I'm going to use my Sailor Home pen by Yoseka, and the ink is Lennon Tool Bar, 𝘔𝘶𝘴𝘬𝘳𝘰. And this is all from the website, and this way I can just refer to this. I ordered a cover from Malaysian paper, and I must have gone to the website so many times to double check, triple check the measurements when I was shopping around for a leather cover. I also always go back to check what the grid size is. And I thought this was interesting. It's 4mm, but 3 by 3.9mm, so not a perfect square grid. So something that I am noticing with the paper is it is a lot more toothy, like it's fighting back slightly, not as smooth as the Tomoe River paper. And all Tomoe River paper going forward now is going to be Sanzen or S, Tomoe River paper S. This is my first time writing on the new paper. Alright, that's as much as I want to record, and then maybe the rest can be a pen test. I wish they would make the new mild liner brush tip in the neutral colors. They haven't yet. I've seen a lot of people get them now, and everyone loves them, but I don't see the neutral colors in the brush tip yet. I don't know that I'm going to write out the names. I used to, but I don't really want to take up more than this half page doing a pen test. This really does bring me back to my bullet journaling days. Open up since it's here. Here's my pen test before. So there's the names, but I don't think I'm gonna write them down like copper, beige, olive. and I'm not gonna do all of this. I do not use these like I did in creative bullet journaling, doing all my own spreads and stuff like that. So just the colors that I think I might use. So I purchased this in my recent Yoseka order. Honestly, just to get to free shipping, I needed $4 more, and these were like $2.25 each. I got one to represent YouTube, and I got one to represent packages coming in. These are the Friction, there you go, Pilot Friction stamps. And let's see how well they erase. I have tried to erase the stamp on my Hobonichi, and it didn't erase well. So this is the perfect place to test this kind of thing out. Bottom here. One to leave and one to try and erase. I think they're so cute, and I would love to put this on my weekly page of maybe I filmed a video and uploaded something. Maybe I have a YouTube list of ideas I want to film, and then packages that I'm waiting on or maybe received. While that's drying, we can look really nice. I used to hate ghosting. Coming from using an Art Journal bullet journal with 160 GSM, these 160 GSM pages are thick, so thick. It's amazing that this, oops, I just closed it. Well, there you go. It's not dry. Oh, well. It's amazing that this is 520 pages. And then this, obviously it's chunky, but these were only, I think this is 192 pages. And this is 500 pages. That's just crazy to me. It will make archiving my journals from here on out, now that I love Tomoe River paper, a lot more slimmer. Well, the dry time on these stamps is very long. Something I've got to take note of. And it's actually really good that I found out this way before I did it on like a weekly. So it's honestly still not dry. But wrote myself a reminder. Even if I never go back to this page, it's the act of writing it down that will make me remember. maybe remember. Well, the sun is setting for me now. Lighting is going to dwindle down very quickly from this point on. I am probably going to continue and enjoy this time to familiarize myself with this planner. Note to self, I should get some blotting paper. But the next thing I think I'm going to do to continue moving in here is probably write out my 2024 lineup here and my intentions on this 2-page spread behind December. I've technically already done so in my AVAT cousin. I honestly just write and ramble in here just to, it's kind of like my commonplace, but that's going to be another video, future video. I am getting a A6 Nanami Cafe Note to be my commonplace book into 2024. Everything that I'm going to have, 9 journal/planners, And then I'm carrying over these that I started this year and don't technically ever have an end date, just until I finish that journal or insert. So I am carrying into 2024 12 planners or journals, technically 9 that are dated, except for this A6 Cafe Note. Let's see. TN Weekly Vertical Monthly is dated. B6 Paper Test Design is dated. A6 Hobonichi Techo is dated. A6 Hobonichi 5-year is dated. A6 Midori 1 Day 1 Page is not dated, and so that I do occasionally. My Kinbor Weeks is dated. My Pocket Rings is not. That's just going to hold finances. And then my A5 or personal, that I haven't even done yet. So technically that's just whenever I get to it in 2024 to set up. And then my A6 Cafe Note, which I just added as part of my lineup a couple days ago. So yeah, I kind of have 8 or 9 things going on for 2024. And I already know that I will likely abandon something. And I'm okay with that. I kind of just want to see what I can keep up with. I am proud of myself in starting a lot of new things in 2023. And so I'm just interested to see how much more I can add to my plate. This 2023 was really the first year of actual memory keeping for me. 2023 was the first year I did memory keeping, so I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I love it so much, and I'm really pushing myself to pass the limits, really, to see how much I can keep up with memory keeping. Well, I hope you enjoyed this impromptu video. I'm really excited about my B6 paper test designs. I would love to know your thoughts on the layout of this planner. I'd also like to hear what you are using in 2024 and if you are using anything brand new to your system. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.